On this beautiful Saturday, guys, we are going to zoom out a little bit on Bitcoin, and yeah, we are going to have a look how Bitcoin most likely is going to react until the end of this year. So let's jump straight into it, guys. And what you see right here in front of us is basically the Bitcoin 12-month chart. So every candle right here represents 12 months. And what you can see right here is that in Bitcoin's history, we have never seen 2 consecutive red months in a row. Right, so we always had that 1-year bear market, that bear market of 12 months. And afterwards, we always have seen a green year. And is it going to be different this time? Well, I personally don't think so. I think we are going to close this year in the green. So even though there might be some turbulence in the shorter term time frame, I definitely think that by the end of this year, guys, we are going to see a green month. And if we have a look based on time, it is also the further we are in time, the further we are in that potential 4-year cycle, actually the higher the likelihood of things turning bullish. Unless we are seeing that 16-year cycle, but so far we have not yet seen a confirmation of that. So when we have a look at, for example, Bitcoin on the daily chart right here, then the structure looks a little bit different than the yearly, right? The yearly looks quite bullish. The daily still, we have to be a little bit cautious. Why is that? Because the 60-day cycle right here is coming soon, around the middle of October, and it looks like that we most likely are either going to test the lows right here or are going to surpass those lows. If you ask me, the chances for this to become a kind of uptrend in September, where we set a higher low and continue this uptrend, is the smaller likelihood. But that doesn't mean that after October, Bitcoin can be looking bullish. Because if we have a look at seasonality with Bitcoin, then we can see that September generally is the most bearish month for crypto. But when we then have a look at October, or we have a look at November or December, then you can see that generally the last quarter of the year is actually quite bullish. Most of the time we have green bars right here, not all the time as you can see, but definitely generally the last quarter of the year tends to be bullish, not only for Bitcoin, guys. This is also known in the regular financial markets, especially in October, and that is also known as the Halloween effect. Then, guys, when talking about the S&P 500, like we have been talking about it yesterday with the potential head and shoulders formation that we are seeing right here, with the left shoulder right here, head in the middle, and the right shoulder right there. The question was whether we are going to bounce and fill that gap, or whether we are going to break that neckline directly. It looks like that right now we are breaking that neckline, with the relative strength index being very, very oversold. We've shared this also earlier because the fix right here is breaking out to the upside, which is also not the most bullish for the short-term time frame. But that doesn't mean, guys, that until the end of the year things are looking bad. Because we could also just get that retracement into the middle of October right here, into that 60-day cycle low. And maybe just continue the uptrend right here, the longer uptrend that we have. And try to break that resistance again. Try to break that massive resistance that is right here, which we haven't been breaking since 2023. Okay, this is something we got to be worried on later on. But in the shorter term time frame, it just looks like we are seeing a little bit weakness. That is not only with the S&P 500, that's also with Bitcoin. If we look at the daily cycle, right here we can see it on willporter.com as well. Where are we in the 60-day cycle? Roughly on day 33. Well, after the half of the cycle, most of the time the momentum is not likely to be to the upside. So just something to watch, but it doesn't mean that we are going to end this year bearish. Definitely not. Like I said, I really expect Bitcoin to end this year green, and I would hope, but I also think most people are expecting this, so I don't think that will exactly play out as I'm going to mention it right here. But it would be nice if we in the month of September get like a correction, and then we flush out the weekends, and then eventually we can continue this uptrend, right? The thing is only that I see most people on social media right now talking about this, and we also did a poll the other day asking end of the year if the majority is expecting Bitcoin to be lower than 26k or higher, and the majority is actually expecting Bitcoin to be lower than 26k. And you guys know when the majority expects something, it's actually less likely to happen. So guys, while I'm still on the sidelines with my stables mostly, and Bitcoin is grinding sideways in this channel, I really want to basically give Bitcoin a little bit time and give my risk management a little bit time, because the longer I wait, you know, the less risk you actually have, right? I mean, right now the chances of a breakdown for Bitcoin is actually still high, but if we are at the end of the year and Bitcoin is still trading at these levels, then the chances are actually quite low, because we are further in that 4-year cycle, right? So that's why in terms of risk management, I think what I'm doing is the right decision for me. It doesn't have to be the right decision for you. I would certainly not make that decision earlier right here when Bitcoin was at 3,000 US dollars, when I literally put all my money in crypto, but also right here when Bitcoin was trading at 16,000 US dollars, when I also literally put all my money in crypto, and I really had this all or nothing mindset, which really helped me a lot in the past. But right now, trading in this trading with this uncertainty, with all these signs that we have on the stablecoin dominance and so on, the potential Elliott wave count that we have here, is just telling me like, okay, just take a little bit chips off the table, wait till things resolve. If this thing breaks down, I'm going to jump back in again, guys. And if we do see that bounce from this support, then I'm happy that I'm in stables, and I'm happy to scoop up more Bitcoin at lower levels. Also, the next ETF approval, or the next ETF approval date, which most likely will be delayed, but that will be next month in October. That is something to watch as well. Guys, that was it basically for this video. I just want to make sure, guys, that even though in the shorter term time frame we're looking for some levels below us, right? You gotta remain you gotta have that long-term perspective, right? This year most likely will be ending green. Next year most likely will be a very bullish year for Bitcoin. So even though in this month we can come down to 24, and maybe even we can till the end of this year fill that gap, that CME gap of 20,000 US dollars, I think that's possible. In both scenarios, still Bitcoin is not looking bearish in the longer term time frame, right? So if we were to come down right here, fill the gap at 20,000 US dollars, we get a bounce in the stablecoin dominance, and afterwards we break down right here, it's just a delay of the bull market, right? So that would just mean we would do something like fill that gap right here, and then we just get launched in this bull market. So like I said, guys, the later we are in time, the higher the chances the further we are in that 4-year cycle, the more bullish things actually should become. If we would get very early that bullishness, then the chances increase for a 16-year cycle. It's still on the table, but the chances or the probabilities are decreasing, because we haven't really seen that cycle into this year, or having seen that acceleration phase at the end of this year, beginning 2024. But it's still possible. We're not yet in that red area, right? So yeah, guys, that is the topic of today's video. Short-term cautious, long-term things are looking very, very bullish. That's just something I wanted to share, because lately we're just looking very much at the hourly chart, the 4-hour chart, but it's very important to really zoom out right here and to remain on longer term time frame perspective. So guys, that is all that I want to give to you in today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash up that like button, guys. We really need to get that ratio up of the amount of views and likes, so make sure that everyone drops a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload new videos. I want to wish all of you a very beautiful Saturday, guys. I hope you can enjoy today. Have a nice coffee with your family. That's at least what I'm going to do. Enjoy your weekend, and love you all very much, and hope to see every single one of you in the next video.